What you got on there, sir?
Oh, safety first. And welcome back to the videos for this week. And we are working on the Datsun. As you can see from the little intro there, we are getting ready to go ahead and cut out the floor pans and cut out the inner and outer rockers. But before we get started on that, make sure you hit like and subscribe and comment, please. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the videos. If there's anything you want to see. We got a Mark 8 GTI. We got a, somewhere in here, we have a 76 Datsun 280Z that is getting built. If there's something you need to see along the way for yourself or just out of curiosity, let me know. We've got a Mark 7 GTI. We've got all these trucks. This one's being rebuilt. Not my project, my father-in-law's project, but besides the point. If there is something you want to see, by all means, drop a comment down below. I don't know if YouTube lets you email me or not. If so, do that. And let's get on with the video. So I've got to run to the store. I'll show you why. I've got an angled die grinder. I just need a rod adapter so I can put the cutoff wheel inside there. And that's just going to allow us to go ahead and cut out the seat frame rails. I'll show you here. We have these kind of frame rails for your seat to bolt up to. We are going to have to cut those out before we put in the new pan. And that'll just make it easier to cut the pan out and to cut the inner rocker out and bring everything out of the car before you go ahead and put things back in. Well, we got that inner rocker pulled out and started cutting the floor pan. And this thing, unfortunately, is looking worse and worse as we hack away at it. But hopefully, it will eventually look better. So we got that floor pan out, and I'm just careful not to cut through the fuel lines and brake lines. I did nick that one just a tad bit, but I didn't go through it. It's just slightly scratched. So now what I gotta do is pull out the back of the inside rocker, kind of right to where the slope is. Let's see if you can see that. And then same thing with the front portion of it, although there's not much left anyway, so it won't be hard. Okay, so we got that inner rocker cut back to about where I want it. And then the front is about done as well. I need to trim these up just a little bit and then cut a little bit more of the floor out, and then we can put the new inner rocker in and mock up the floor pan with it. Well, we have all the old stuff on the passenger side out. I've got this just kind of tacked in for now to kind of mock things up. The floor pan's just sitting in there. I've got to make some more cuts along the side so I can get it to sit as flush as possible, and then we will go from there. So we've now got one side completely tacked together, except for the corners up there and then the front, but everything else is looking good. It's nice and sturdy. Move the hammer out of the way. I can stand on it. This side probably could use a little bit more, but I mean, I can put pressure on it, and it's in there. It's not going anywhere. I've done as much as I can do for the moment because the welder decided it didn't want to weld anymore. I think it kind of just needed a break. I was going at it pretty good and might have gotten it a little warm, so just probably needed to cool down a bit. But sorry if this video is cut a little bit short just because of that. We still have the lower unibody frame rail to weld in on the bottom of the pan, and then once that's all good, we can move to the other side. We don't want to do both sides while we don't want to cut both sides out while we're doing this, because then the unibody, the structural integrity of it is fairly compromised, and we risk like the doors and stuff not lining back up. So we're doing this one side at a time, just so we can do everything that we can to make sure that it stays as straight as possible, because if doors don't line back up and don't close, then it kind of ruins the car. But that's just while we're taking it one side at a time. This is the harder side just because of those fuel lines and the brake line that run underneath that floor pan. So the other side should take us less time and should go a bit smoother. Other than that, I think that about wraps up this video. If you guys haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, come back next week, or possibly the middle of this week. I'm going to try and start posting twice a week. I'm not going to commit to it yet, but that's what I would like to do, is twice a week right now, at least till the baby's born, and we'll see how that goes. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.